Oh, seems to be working. Hello, my name is Andrei, and no one will probably watch this, but after years and years, I've had I got in the mood to work on my comic again, because it's been six years since I started it, and it's not very long. I haven't worked much on it, but um, that's life, I guess, or I'm just a lazy fuck. In any case, I just wanted to work on it again and got the idea to try streaming again, because I just checked and the last time I streamed here was 7 years ago, which is kind of crazy, and I don't know where the time has gone. And so I just said, fuck it, let's try it. I just spent like 30 minutes preparing this, so I'm not sure if the sound is okay. I'll just keep the music on the lower side, I guess, just to be sure. If anyone watches this and thinks the music is too low, just let me know and I'll fix whatever audio issues or something else. The image looks fine. So I was just thinking that oh, by the way, this music is supposed to be royalty free from like YouTube. So I guess it's not the greatest, but it's something. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna like talk to myself about this, because I just really want to finish this someday. It was supposed to be like a 12 panel comic at the start, like that was 6 years ago, and it's kind of funny because I thought I would finish it in like a month, but as every project of mine, I just spend so much time like trying to make it perfect, or trying to make it look good in my own eyes, and I just wanted it to look good, and it's funny seeing like my progress in the comic, because every few years I like do a chunk of it and my style is different to where it was before. So it's kind of cool because I get to see my progress in some way. In other ways, yeah, it's kind of crushing because I can see my I guess work ethic here. It's not very long, so yeah, I guess I'm now in the mood to do the next chunk again, and maybe like streaming it and talking it through even with just myself will make it easier for me to finish it, I guess. So yeah, I'm just gonna ramble. If anyone sees this, I hope you have fun. So yeah, I guess maybe some background info, just even for myself to kind of get into the story again. This is a story about, it's a duel basically. It's a very short story. It's a duel between a king of a city that's kind of fallen into ruin, because the lands all around are being invaded by these villains, this group of villains. This is one of them. He's called Aras, and this is like lower quality. I have this file in separate files because it's so long. I had to kind of split it up. So if I open this, if I open this first strip, I kind of use this dialogue in between the panels, and right from the start I went for like a painterly style. And even now I can see like the mistakes. Like, this is terrible. I think I started with like a lower resolution at the start, and then I upscaled it to 3000 pixels wide, and I didn't do a good job of like making it look nice. I guess I was blind then. Yeah, and so this king, he's called Olomar, and he kind of agreed to meet this guy, this villain, in the duel to try to save his city, his family, because they have no chance against them. They are overpowered. They have no weapons that can match the villains, and so this was his hope to kind of see some hope in their situation. Maybe he can defeat the guy and maybe they will honor their word and just back down and leave the city be. So this was the first strip. If you want to read it, I have a link on my channel. It's on ArtStation and DeviantArt. I even put it up on like Webtoon and Tapas, I think. And I got some comments there, but generally this is not one of my more popular works, which I think is also the reason why I am taking so long to finish it, because I need that sweet validation. And yeah, but the sweetest validation comes from inside, right? So I just wanna finish it, like keep myself kinda, how do you say it, true to your word. There's a word for it. I can't remember. Oh my god. Well, that's gonna be like the reason why I don't sleep tonight, but anyway, this was the second strip, and here I kind of gave up on the dialogue, or monologue rather, because I was kind of building the story as I went. I just had a rough idea. I had an outline and I kept changing it, adding new panels, and as it goes, if any artist watches this. Oh my god, my cat is going crazy. Anyway, this was the second strip. Then there was the third. Yeah. Here I went even more for like the weird kind of angles and just going as I felt. Trying out new stuff. I even used like 3D for the city in the background. I still have those files and I do want to use them for some future panels. They will be very important, but over the years I became unhappy with the design of the city. There's like a whole world I have cooked up, and the designs don't longer work really well, but I think I can like make it work somehow. Like I just don't want to be changing everything. I was thinking that I might kind of redo the whole thing or modify the older panels, but I'm kind of liking seeing the journey. So maybe I'll just leave it as it is. Maybe I'll kind of brush it, kind of just make it more consistent in the future. But my priority now is just finishing it. And looking at this outline I have now, there's about like a quarter left, maybe more, because again I want to add some panels, but we're nearing the end. And in this strip I'm working on right now, the duel is kind of coming to an end, and then something is gonna happen, the resolution. So yeah, I had these panels from a while ago, and I kind of changed the the color palette because looking at the older ones, I felt like the light wasn't very realistic. You know, you have that yellow sunset light casting shadows from the sunset, yet the grass in front is kind of lit by a colder light. I think it looks cool, but I think here I wanted to like get more realistic, but I'm not liking the palette as much, so I think I'm gonna change it up a bit just before I work on it more, before it becomes too baked in. And literally my cat is just kind of running around the apartment, and I always wonder what's going on inside her head. Like, who knows, right? So yeah, I think I have, yeah, this is the older panel. The background is the same for all these three, but there's the villain on the left, kind of like in animation, and on the right there's the protagonist, and he's gonna be throwing his axe on the guy, and it will be caught in his like fire magic, if I can call it magic. It's not really magic, but whatever. And it melts, and the guy's kind of like, look at this piece of shit, like he can't even hit me, like he can do nothing to me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out, but first the colors. So I'm gonna name this, like, just so I know, something like that, you know, makes sense. But I want to match the color. Photoshop has this neat feature where you can kind of take a palette of one image and merge it with another image. So it's here in match color. I just pick the layer, you know, here is the name I gave it, and suddenly the color is there. So this is maybe a bit too much. One thing that's bothering me is that I can't like zoom in, zoom out in this mode. So yeah, I think something in between, like this is what it was, and now this is a bit too cool. This seems a bit too midday-ish. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. This seems like a nice balance. It's not too overly orange, and I do want the light to keep being warmer because sunsets are quite fast. You know, they're a bit slower in this world, but you know, just to convey the passage of time, even though the duel is very quick, just kind of visually, you know, make the distinction from the first to the last panel. So I think I'm happy with this. And no, actually, no, I was thinking that I could like have these three panels become warmer, but it just doesn't make much sense to me. Like they're capturing like 3 seconds of time, so whatever, I'm just gonna kind of match it by eye. I don't want to copy those layers again, you know. Some inconsistency makes it more consistent in the art style. So, and nothing is playing. I don't know why. Oh, because there was a silent part to the song. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the layer again. And why isn't it doing anything? Oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna merge this. Now it should work. Yeah. So, kind of like that. And then again. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be changing the other layers. Like the difference in color is too kind of too small. I have just the character in its own layer and the grass and the smoke from the burned grass in their own layer. The stream is saying something about low bitrate, but I have no idea like how to fix that. So hopefully the image is usable, viewable. Yeah. So these two poses are kind of done. I don't want to overdo it. And now the third one. I'm not sure if I'm happy with it, but I refuse to like keep redoing it. So I'm just gonna try this one out, see how it goes. And this is the thing I hate about layers. Like I prefer to work on a flat image with like 3 layers max. I get so lost in like these layers upon layers. Even if I try to put them in folders, I just keep opening and closing folders. Like I don't get how like some people work with hundreds of layers. That's not my style. I'm too lazy for that. So yeah, this third panel is here. I'm gonna start with the fun thing, kinda, because that's not gonna be changing. If I change the pose, I'm just gonna move the fire. But the shape, I'm kinda happy with it. It's just the start of the blast. The continuation is gonna be here. So like that. I'm kind of working from memory, but maybe I should look up some reference. So just a moment. Fire blast. Like those school movie explosions would be nice. Like they put some shit in them to make them like very kind of smoky or have form or something. Like they look like liquid almost. Like of course it's liquid, it's in the air, but you can really see how the heat and the smoke move. So I'm gonna try to kind of mimic that. Yeah, those explosions that look like burned cauliflowers, you know, those kinds of explosions, dirty ones. Yeah, but maybe like a flamethrower would be a better reference. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yep. I didn't even think of like adding smoke to it right away. Like the character is kind of wreathed in flames and smoke, but I didn't think of putting smoke on the blast itself. Maybe even to show the speed, like going from those hot tones to like saturated red and then desaturated smoke. It kinda joins back. yeah, this kind of seems promising. But the pose is kind of, it's kind of derpy. I wanted to show like a pushback from the force, but I think I should show at least like the other arm. Maybe like this. Maybe the legs are too straight, like they don't feel like struggling. The idea was that, you know, the back flames kind of balance out the force of this rocket engine, you know, coming from his hands, but maybe it's cool. Maybe it shows like an expertise. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, you know, delusion. To be fair, I just don't wanna really, I just don't wanna spend too much time on this. I just want it to look possible, you know. I don't wanna like study things right now. I just wanna relax, scribbling some stuff that I don't have to think about too much. You know, just like when I used to doodle in school, just mindless movements, searching for some kind of cool shape and, you know, taking my mind off everything else. Like the smoke here is kind of, there's movement in the smoke here, and it's kind of getting more more aggressive, like a peacock's tail feathers. So I think here it should be even more like, maybe it should be pushing back in front. Yeah, maybe to further show like the movement of the whole kind of system. Like I'm still not sure about the specifics here, like because earlier I kind of had the flames go in like this, like magnetic lines around the spine of the character, and I think that's cool. I want to keep that, but right here it needs some kind of other movement. Oh, why the hell does the music start only when I am on in the browser? That's weird. Let's try something else. Maybe I think this music should be free too. Let's hope so. Let's see. Sure, why not? Maybe this is kind of confusing. If I want this smoke from the fireball, maybe I just kind of exaggerate what I had, or like make this curve even bigger, and yeah, like this. Maybe. I'm sorry if the keyboard is too loud. But I don't really hear it because I have headphones. And it's so weird, like talking when I don't really hear myself. Yeah, and it's been 25 minutes I've done fuck all, like, oh. I'm not sure about the post still. If I lowered, maybe that would be better. Yeah, let's move this. And this. Kind of like here maybe? Like just to show that he's kind of still has to brace against the impact. Like something like that. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah, okay, now I'm gonna just let it go, I think. You know, as maybe you could tell already, but I'm not very much of a line art guy. I like to kind of just find shapes and colors by making a mess of the canvas, so to speak, of the digital canvas here. Sometimes I do line art, but you know, it's not my primary kind of way of feeling the art. And I've been always like that. I like to work in pencil first because you can kind of, you know, sketch it out and then find the hard edges later. And I like that sketchy look. I don't like overly clean art. You know, especially when it's made digital, it just looks too kind of artificial, too clean. Yeah, I like the rough around the edges. Which reminds me, I've just been like, not that I made the brush, I followed the tutorial, but it's kind of pencily, yeah, especially with like black on white. It's kind of nice for like cross hatching. It feels kind of like a pencil. But this brushy is my child. I've been using this brush for years now, and I've made it myself in the texture. It just kind of meets my needs. You know, it can be clean with some, you know, texture, and it can be also very soft. And if I need it to be especially soft, like for the smoke here, I don't want the roughness like taking too much focus from the viewer. I can just turn on the opacity control and it's even softer. My my shoulder is killing me. I think I need a third monitor because I just keep looking like center and right and nothing else. And my left shoulder never aches, so I think that has to be it. Or maybe I just sleep like I shouldn't be sleeping, you know. I bet I look like a person that's kinda hiding from something when I sleep, because I always like to kinda fold myself into the sheets, because that's kinda cozy. But yeah, it's not good for my shoulders, for my neck. I just hate those like pinched nerves sometimes. Hate it. And what is this line here? It's... yeah, I'll put this layer above. Better. This looking kinda nice. I'm just gonna put in those lovely glowing eyes. Amazing what just a little mark can do. Some of the light and those red arms, you know, kind of glowing hot. Some reflections. I guess it's like rim light mainly. It's a reflection, but everything is a reflection. Almost everything, unless you stare into the sun. Not my tempo. I just wanna play music, you know, that I listen to normally, but I don't wanna do anything illegal that would be bad. Oh, I'm just gonna try the YouTube music again. Maybe like, what mood? Funky, happy, inspirational, romantic, sad, calm, dark, angry, bright, dramatic. Let's try Dark. Dark is an amazing TV show, by the way. What's this? Interesting. Let's try it. some, how do you call them? Sparkles. This is the sparkly boy. No, it's not sparkle, it's amber? No, not amber. It's a spark, not a sparkle. Yeah, interesting. I hope the music is not too loud. I'm gonna lower it even more. I really am not sure how loud it is, so if this is gonna be recorded, I want my voice to be kinda, you know, audible. Hopefully. Let's try the pencil brush for the sparkles. And I'm just gonna look at how I did it before. Yeah, I had like red sparkles mostly. So I'm gonna keep that. Like, there's even a bit of magenta in the fire. I want it to feel a little bit like unreal, like, because this power comes from another world, so to speak. Like, this is not Earth, yeah, but like the villains are from another place than the protagonist, so they're kind of like the Mongols, you know. And I just recently learned that the Mongols, their invasions were kind of a little bit, in some cases, maybe misunderstood. Like, yeah, you're not kind of required to raise a city and kill everyone in it when someone has wronged you and, you know, killed your envoys. But I kind of get it. Like, in those times, like that guy should have not killed those envoys. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of stupid. Like, but I guess they didn't have the internet. As the saying goes, like, everyone's the general after the battle, right? But yeah, these guys, I wouldn't call them misunderstood. I would call them half misunderstood, some of them. And some of them, like this guy, are just pure kind of evil, if you want to call it that. Like, yeah, he spews fire. Of course he's evil. Like, he enjoys burning people because he's a supremacist. So to him, the protagonist is kind of like a plaything. Like, he doesn't believe he's capable of anything that could surprise him or match him, match his power. So that's of course gonna be his undoing. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. That's a tongue twister. And it's interesting in kind of all those flamethrower references I see. The the brightest part. Why is the music not playing automatically? It's driving me crazy. In all those references, the brightest part of the flame is actually on the outside of the stream, and there's a darker part right in the middle. I wonder if that's because, like, as you get to the edge, the fire kind of the light that is emitted kind of overlaps, so it looks brighter. Or if it's a function of the flamethrower, maybe it's like spraying in a pattern that makes this appear. But in any case, it looks kind of cool, so I'm just gonna copy it. I have an idea. I'll put the references on one half of my second screen and YouTube on the other half. Yeah, this fire should feel kind of like you don't wanna, you kind of wanna touch it because it's so beautiful, but you feel that it's not meant for, you know, mortal hands, made of flesh and not molten rock. Maybe this is a bit too much, but I did use like this blue to purple color to indicate like the flame is very intense or concentrated. Maybe not the pink, like make it blue to orange, just like black body radiation. Kind of echoing the sunset, you know, going from orange to blue that still is in the sky. And it's always funny to me, like sunsets are so colorful, but when you actually look at the boundary between the warm atmosphere and what remains of the blue sky up top, if you just look at the boundary, it's literally gray. It doesn't have color. Which of course makes sense, but it's kind of weird because I only noticed it when I kind of said to myself, alright, there has to be gray, like in between those beautiful colors. And then I kind of concentrated on it and got like a weird feeling because it felt like I saw it for the first time. You know, sometimes you just see something you've seen 1,000 times and suddenly You've seen it for the first time again. And I think that's beautiful, like a BuzzFeed article would be titled. Yeah, I'm gonna borrow this orange and kind of match it here. I don't really care, but it's been like 45 minutes and not a single person clicked on this, which is interesting. I'm not sure if I did something wrong with launching the stream, but in any case, if someone is watching this in the future, hello. You've got me, all alone, and you have me to yourself. So you're welcome. And I thank you, of course, because in some ways you are time traveling and bringing me back from my present to your future. Trippy. Yeah, I think I'm kind of happy with this. I'm just focusing on it because it's fun and because I don't want to get to the protagonist and figure out the poses. Okay, I have to play a playlist or something because maybe what's Color House? Let's just try it. I don't know why I'm singing to something I've never heard before. Like, it's fun to kind of guess the melody, I guess. I don't actually really hear the music because I have it turned solo. Because it's really. I said this before, but it's so weird to talk. And I'm listening to music in my headphones. Any case, this looks fine, I guess. Maybe later I can like go in the background and kind of wobble it to show like a distortion. That would be a cool effect. Yeah, and I'm doing it right now. So when I said later, I meant in 1 second, actually. Yeah, so that's that. Let's add some more sparks to the before. Just a little, because he's ramping up. Even less here. Yeah. I soften this edge here. A bit less red. Right, I had those like little droplets of lava, you could say, dropping from him all the time and kind of coming back to him. Me not like this. Okay, let's figure Olomar out. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep him on the same layer as the villain. So let's see. Last time he was like hiding behind the rock. You know, reminiscing about, oh, who's this? It's the thumbnail. No, it's his wife that kind of lives on in his memory. And she reminds him of their daughter who is still alive. And he just has to gather the strength to keep fighting for her and for their people. And seeing this, like, there's of course not gonna be this like white line, but I'm thinking if the flow is okay, just like black to this, maybe if you know. Of course I want to add more panels. I hate myself. Like one more panel of like the villain being like like you're hiding, like kind of amused but also kind of annoyed, because it's starting to get annoying because the protagonist keeps just evading his attacks. Yeah, that might be nice, but not a priority right now. So, oh my god, um, he's smaller than the villain, not by much, but by like a head. So he should be kind of. Oh, and if I save this, we can see the difference here. Yeah, before, after. Oh my god, I'm not sure which I like more. Hmm. I think this is fine. I may go in and strengthen some of the yellows, but I don't want the whole image to be so kind of washed out like a filter. But maybe there needs to be a bit more saturation in the clouds. Yeah. Though I don't want to take away from the fire, so maybe just in some places. I'm gonna go in with like a hard light blending mode and kinda saturate those lower parts of the clouds a bit more on those edges. Make it a bit. Maybe I don't even need the blend mode. I just need, yeah, this color. Yeah, those warm like edges sometimes really work wonders. Not sure if this is the case, but I think I'm liking it. Yeah, to show the light bleeding like below on the underside of the cloud. And the same thing here. Yeah, that feels better. Like sometimes even the subtlest change can change the whole feel, at least to me. So yeah, I like to tinker like this, like keep adding, taking away. Like sometimes the things, the shapes don't really make sense realistically, but I'm just kind of adding where it feels nice. Like it goes more abstract. Like the atmosphere on this world is kind of thinner than on Earth, so I have and also there's stars that are very close, but I have stars that show up during the day even, and so yeah, even more during the sunset. And yeah, I think this feels better, the first panel, than the second one now. With those little changes, it kind of balances out the coolness again. Yeah. And again, I don't want to copy, so I'm just gonna make the same changes manually just to kind of. I don't want to just copy paste. Like, of course, I make the decision to do that when it's saving a lot of time, but these things, I don't know. It just feels nice to know that each panel is actually unique in some way. You know, if this were animated, the clouds would move. Again, this is like a few second window, but I made the smoke move a bit. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be like changing the clouds. Oh, that was a short playlist. Oh my god, how do streamers do it with the music? Doo-doo-doo. What the hell is spiky candy music? Is it like a group or a genre? Oh, it's an artist, I guess. Hmm. I don't think this should be too loud. I think I'm gonna up it up a bit. Oh, it's because... Sorry. I'm not very good at all this technical stuff, so sorry for that. So yeah, the clouds. Let's get back to those. And then finally, the other character of these three panels, which I'm sure is gonna be very fun because I don't struggle with characters at all. Like, poses come naturally to me. Like, I just have it all memorized. I'm Kim Jong-un. I'm a master of posing characters. But I'm really disliking this one part of the clouds. So at least one thing is gonna be changing, and that's gonna be this cloud. It's gonna be kind of disappearing. Because that does happen kind of fast often. If you look at clouds, all those like little bits, they kind of move a lot. Of course, everything is stylized here. Oh, I keep painting on the wrong layers. That's why I hide layers. Well, I don't hate them. I just don't want to interact with them too much. They're not my type. It's been an hour. That's crazy. Okay, let's get to this. I want to get to those fun panels later. So, first panel. Here we go. Let's get the silhouette. So, let's think about this. Olimar is... he's kinda, you know, getting his resolve. He thought up a plan. So he should be kind of rising and throwing his axe over the rock in the span of these three panels. I had a sketch there, but it was so ugly that I actually couldn't parse the visual information. Yeah, so thank you, my old me. In any case, I think I have a bit of a better judgment now than before, so... but this is stressful. I don't like, you know, doing something I'm not very good at when other people can see it. But that's kind of the point of this stream. I don't want to hide anymore. So... I gotta try the pose in real life, so... Okay, I think I've an idea. But now I'm not sure if Olimar is right or left-handed. I think he's left-handed. Yeah, he holds the axe in his left hand, so he's gonna kind of gradually stand up with his kind of back away from us, and he's gonna throw the axe. So the first panel is kind of crouching, getting up, putting his... Wait, I have to try it again. Yeah, he starts by putting his left leg in front. Kinda like this. We see a bit of his back. It's gonna be just a little silhouette, but I kinda have to parse it in my head to make sense of it. Yeah. So kinda has this cloak anyway, so we don't really see the side of his legs, the back, and the cloak. Yeah, it goes from his shoulders, so we see his arm. His hair is long. It's gonna flop around to the right, to like counterclockwise, as he's turning this way. At first, his hand should be in like this, not in front. His left arm is also in front. Let's have just like a little finger to indicate. I like this, I guess. The thumb. Yeah, this here is too little. I think the rook is too little as well, because here well, actually it's not that big. It actually seems right now. It should be a bit bigger, but fuck it. Yeah, I don't want to change it again. So yeah, like this. Then we have him in this panel where his torso is now facing us. His right leg is straightening out, turning on his heel. This is so ugly, I'm sorry, but I kind of have to do this like this. And his left leg is kind of lagging behind. His right is kinda in the air, flopping around. He's looking like this. And his left arm is, you know, starting to, at the start of the throwing motion. Oh, my cat is Nita again. She has to be pet or petted. I don't know what the word is. Every 30 minutes or so, else she goes crazy. Right? She's so spoiled. Okay, and his cloak is kind of wrapping around. No. This way. Like this. I don't remember if his... Yeah, his, like, tabard or skirt is, it's shorter than his cloak. Even his shorts are shorter. The cloak goes, like, to his... Yeah, to like, between his knees and feet. Something like that. So it should be even longer here. And his hair, you know, flowing like this as well. He's still, I think, too small. Yeah. I mean, he's... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make the rock larger, unfortunately. I'm just gonna make the first one larger and then match it in, copy it to the other panels and match it there, I guess. Around this size. Yeah. Like this. it's a bit janky, but what can you do when you don't properly prepare your panels beforehand, right? So I'm just gonna take this whole thing, and thanks to the background, I'm gonna match it in the other panels, and I can just vertically move it like this, and we've got a perfect match. That's easy. Like this. Yeah, we copied some of the changes in the clouds, but whatever. And it even feels more balanced, I think. Or does it? I don't know anymore. But it needs to be done, so merge. Oh, wait. What is this? No pixels. Okay. Okay, I just had a quick listen to the stream. I think the music is way too low. So I'm gonna up it a bit. And yeah, oh, fuck off. That was my voice, and I hate my voice. No, not really, but I like everyone finds it weird, right? Like hearing their own voice. I hope. Um, I'm just gonna play something. Sure. How about this? Now, let's make him bigger. Yeah, now I kinda. Now it makes more sense. His, how do you call it? Not thighs, the part below the knees. Here it's kinda almost like half as high as the rock. Yeah, it's. I can make him even bigger. That's fine. That's good. Oh yeah, this feels better. And again, I'm not really looking at any references for these poses because I've never actually figured out how to look for specific poses, and it's way too hard to photograph myself because when I need specific angles and stuff, it's really hard. So I just kind of make the motion, ideally in a mirror, and something comes out, but it's not usually very true to how it would actually look. Like, see, this pose is not very dynamic, but since it's not like a hero shot, I'll just let it slide. I don't want to get bogged down, you know. On the third panel, he should be swinging, should be letting go of the axe. So now he's turned his back to us. Or like, not the whole back, just actually no back at all. He should be facing us with his side and even with his front a bit. And his left leg should be it should still be in the back. His legs don't actually change here. Why is this so damn hard? Like, I really want to drink some magic potion that would just make me learn this stuff. And I know I should, study hard and stuff. But I'm so lazy. Like, it takes so long to kind of get something in my head, like the visual of it. Well, not generally, but the human body is, people are just so good at spotting when something is off. Yeah, we should be seeing like this kind of pose, I guess. And his he's too small here again. His cloak should be lagging, like this is like making my brain hurt actually. Like I really want to finish this, but this stuff is also the reason why I always take so long to get back to it. Yeah, I don't want to whine. It's just hard. And it's so funny because if people see this, they're gonna look at it for literally not even a second, probably. So yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do something. Just a second.